Hello students, this is the beginning of a series of videos for you to be able to follow along with the assignment 8.4.1, 8th grade, 4th unit, first assignment for the types of reactions demonstrations. So before we get started, I just want to kind of give you a little view of and reminder of what assignment I'm talking about. So I've already highlighted a couple things I really want to make sure that you hone in on and look at. So you've got the types of reactions demonstrations. And if you've already read through this, great. One thing I really want to make sure that you pay attention to is that neither matter nor energy is created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. It's only changed. So that shouldn't be something too new for you, because I think you might have learned that in either elementary or in chemistry or physics last year. So also one other thing I'd like you to know is that in this activity that you're going to see these 6 different reactions, you're going to see chemical equations that are considered to be unbalanced, meaning there are a different number of atoms on each side of the equation. If I'm looking at this right here, you'll see a different number of atoms on the reactant side than you will on the product side. We will discuss how to fix this in the coming lesson, so bear with me. For the most part, we are going to classify our reaction in these 6 types of chemical reactions. So the first one we'll start out with is the synthesis, then we'll go to decomposition, single replacement, double replacement, combustion, and acid base. So it'll be a series of 6 videos that I'd like you to take some notes on each type of reaction. And as you're going along, I strongly encourage you that as you're doing this assignment, that you actually print off the assignment and write it by hand. As research says that with some certain tasks, it's actually significantly easier for you to, as you're taking notes, is to write it instead of type it. But again, you're welcome to type it. You'll still get full credit. I just want to strongly encourage you to move towards doing the handwrite of this. But again, it's a little bit easier on the Google Classroom if you type it. So with that, I am going to move on to our next little part of kind of filling this in. So I'm going to do another little share. I'm going to share out our PowerPoint. So I'm going to start here. So our types of reactions demonstration. This is the little box that we're going to fill in. The type of the reaction. You'll hear some chemists call it a synthesis reaction. You'll hear some chemists call it a combination reaction. So I kind of go back and forth. You can call it a synthesis. You can call it a combination reaction. Combination reaction really helps you to solidify what it is actually doing. It is 2 things combining into one. So the way that we describe it in chemistry with types of reaction is we have it broken down into variables like X's and Y's and M's and N's. In chemistry, we use A's, B's, C's, and D's to describe these types of reactions. So the variable description for a synthesis reaction is if we have one element A, another element B, or another ion, put those 2 together, and you end up with AB. Not C, but AB. So one way to describe that with words would be 2 things come together to form one. So that would be exactly, you can write that word for word, exactly what you have on there. And the example you're going to see here in just a moment in the demonstration that I have for you, you're going to have some iron. It is not pure iron, but it's enough iron. It's some steel wool. You're going to have some iron. I'm going to combine it with some oxygen. Please notice that it's O2. It's not just oxygen by itself. And I'm going to make iron 2 oxide. In just a couple seconds, you're going to watch that video, watch that demonstration. Please write down something in your examples. So as far as something to what you see during the reaction. And maybe 1, maybe 2 things of what you see. I give some suggestions on that reaction. So that's a synthesis reaction. If you have questions, feel free to send me any kind of information on your on the private comments. So please take a moment and watch the rest of that.
Hello students, I'm going to show you a quick synthesis reaction. So I'm going to be using, this is mostly iron. So I've got some iron wool here and I am going to add some oxygen to it. So as I set down the beaker, here this is where I'm going to have the reaction happen. I'm going to add some oxygen to it. I have some basic adding two different, so I'm going to have some iron, and then I'm going to add some oxygen with some fire. So this is what it would then look like when we do a synthesis reaction. I'm going to add the two together and create so that in this here, I'm making some iron to oxide. So that is our synthesis reaction. I'm going to take that towards the window. That way, an opportunity to kind of let it have its moment. So here we go. It's finished its thing. It is now no longer considered to be, there's parts of it that are still considered to be iron, but the other parts are no longer iron. So those are now the iron to oxide. So here is iron to oxide. You'll see it's a little bit blue. And here is the iron. So here I did a synthesis reaction for you.